minahal kita, hindi rin dahil
The TNT Tropang Giga are shooting at a historic level. The Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok see themselves clinging on to survive finals. Welcome to Game 3 of the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021 between the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok and the TNT Tropang Giga. I'm Paulo Del Rosario, and alongside me is a man who I'll accidentally disrespect numerous times throughout this broadcast. I'll be calling him Coach instead of Dad. Coach Richard Del Rosario here with me today, and it is going to be an interesting one considering that Magnolia could be on the brink of losing this series in this game.
Yeah, that's a virtual do or die here for the Magnolia Pambansang Manok Hotshots. But for TNT Tropang Giga, they know that things can turn around just as quick with their experience in their previous series. So I'm sure they're not going to take anything here for granted.
Let's take a look at what happened in Game 2 in just a bit as we take a look at Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok warming up here in this one. So we look at this point total, 105 to 93, but really that first quarter from the TNT Tropang Giga made all the difference. 10 made three-pointers in the first quarter alone.
That's correct. If you look at the stats here, what jumps out is the three-point field goal shooting of TNT, and they established numerous records in getting that. They have 10 three-point field goals made in the first quarter, a PBA finals record, 13 three-point field goals made in the first half, a PBA all-time finals record, and also 17 total. So that's a big advantage for TNT in game number 2.
Ian Sangalang on your screen there, and he's one of the guys fighting through the pain for the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. Also Paul Lee, Ian Sangalang with an issue with back spasms, Paul Lee with an issue concerning his right shoulder, and they need to get healthy quickly if Magnolia want to make this into a series.
Yes, Ian Sangalang played limited minutes in game 1, did not play in the second half. That's why he made up for lost time in game number 2. Paul Lee, on the other hand, although he made 12 points and got 2 rebounds in game number 2, he's only shooting 1 of 11 here in the final series. So they need to pick up his three-point shots for them to have a decent chance of making this a ball game and snatching game number 3.
Of course, Paul Lee, as we all know, he is a lethal weapon. And even though he did end up with 12 points last time around, that field goal percentage just says everything about what's happening with Paul Lee. Of course, Ian Sangalang rounding into form here. He was a double-double machine during the eliminations, during the quarterfinals and the playoffs. And we'll see what happens there. Now we move on to Mark Barroca, who we're hearing reports right now may miss his spot in the starting lineup due to a hamstring injury. But what does he bring to this team, and why is he so important for Magnolia?
And he knows that even though they're down 0-2 in this series, it's not yet over. He is their leader. He gives them a lot of energy on both ends of the floor. And game number 2, look at his numbers: 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But what I want to see from Mark Barroca is take more shots in this game for Magnolia. He's now tasked to shackle this guy, Mikey Williams, and that's why a lot is on the shoulders of Mark Barroca.
Now, you're talking about shooting, you talk about scoring, and here's one guy who's not afraid to let it fly. Mikey Williams has been incredible, leading the scoring push for TNT in this final series.
Yes, he averaged more than 40 points in 40 minutes rather in game number 2. And if you look at his numbers, although he is really scoring at will, he is setting his new scoring records in terms of his career in the finals. Look at his production in game 1 and game 2, and almost a double-double again in game number 2. But look at his assists. He's also responsible for at least 10 more points in game 1 and 12 more points in game number 2.
I'll take a look at Kelly Williams, another Williams on the TNT team, and we missed a bit of his production in the first game due to back spasms, but it's great to see him back in game 2. He did have a return, plus 12 in 23 minutes, and there's Coach Torres saying that he cannot overemphasize the importance of Kelly Williams.
It's not everything that Kelly brings to the floor can be quantified in stats. Kelly Williams I agree with Coach Chot. He is the pivotal personnel here for TNT because of his ability to bring down the floor and initiate their offense, which really gives Magnolia a problem with their pressure defense.
Taking a look at Poy Adam there on the key pieces of the TNT Tropang Giga. Now, we talked a bit about Mikey Williams a while ago and really controlling the three, controlling the key and making sure that they don't get rushed into possessions. Talking about the Magnolia Hotshots, pambansang manok, is going to be key if they want to get the victory. As we take a look at what we're going to try to emphasize.
Well, Magnolia, for them to really have a good chance of winning this game, they need to really control the tempo of the game. They need to slow the game down. Right now, with the way TNT has been shooting the rock, especially from the three-point land, you know, TNT is shooting 42% from the three-point land, and that's a lot of attempts for TNT. So they need to slow down because, you know, for every three-point shot that TNT makes, it gives a lot of pressure to Magnolia to make more two-point baskets because they're not really shooting the ball well from the three-point area as well. So TNT is a 3-and-key team. They take shots from the three-point line and they get the ball inside the paint, which opens up those three-point shots for TNT. So Magnolia needs to force TNT to play a perimeter game, which would take them off their offensive rhythm. So let's see what would be the strategy here. Coach Chito Vectolero.
Point guard from Bacolod City, number 15, Kip Montalvo. Shooting guard from Naga City, number 5, Mikey Williams. Small forward from Talisay City, Cebu, number 16, R.R. Pagoy. Power forward from Cagayan Valley, number 18, Troy Rosario. And at center from Cebu, number 21, Kelly Williams. In the Tropang Giga is Chot Reyes. This game will be...
Take a look at the starters for Magnolia and TNT. For Magnolia, the big news is that no Mark Baroka, and as promised or as reported by our friend Carlo Pamintuan, he will not be in the starting lineup, and that will be one of the things to watch out for based on the 10 men we see on the floor at the moment. Magnolia in blue, TNT in white for Game 3 of the Honda PBA Philippines Cup 2021 with the two veterans, Rafi Rivas and Kelly Williams, tossing it up. Games 1, then Halalon going inside.